Hello again, everybody. I'm Luke Robinson, and welcome into the Handicap Spot, where we park you closer to your financial dreams each and every week. And with me, as always, is the only handicapper that the Mayans look to for predictions, and that's Chicago Bob Parlay. Chicago Bob is on location in New Orleans right now. Chicago Bob, how's it going down there?
Luke, it's going great. I'm right here in the Sugar Domes in beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana, and I have temporarily taken up residence in the Tarbras suite here due to the fact of my 0-3 start in my bowl spectaculars, which I look to turn around shortly.
Well, let's go ahead and get that turned around really quickly, Chicago Bob. I know, first of all, you're really digging that Orange Bowl matchup between West Virginia and Clemson.
Luke, I might be the only person in the country that's looking forward to this match. I got pulled over by a police officer on the way down here, and he gave me 2 tickets to the Orange Bowl. And he said if he caught me again, he's going to make me use them.
Well, Chicago Bob, that sure is interesting, but what is your pick?
Well, look, I'll tell you what I'm going to take there is a game that has so little of importance. I'm going to take the state over the town, so I say take the West Virginia Mountaineers versus the Clemson Tigers.
Going against the grain there, Chicago Bob. Well, listen, let's go ahead and move into the game everybody's talking about, the BCS National Championship game between Alabama and LSU. And there's one prop bet I know that you're very fond of in this instance, and that's the number of turnovers by Alabama. The line is set at 1.5 turnovers. What do you like?
Well, look, I'm going to have to go with the unders on this one. Nick Saban treats turnovers like Gene Chisnick treats teeth. That is to say, he doesn't like them, therefore he tries to have as few as possible. So I say take the under the 1.5 and go with Nick Saban to not have many turnovers.
Okay, Bob, let's go ahead and move on into the national championship game itself. Right now, that game is fluctuating. You've seen LSU be a 1-point favorite. Lately, I've seen Alabama be a 1-point favorite. But for the most part, in most sports books, this game is going off as a pick'em. So, Chicago Bob, who's going to win the national championship and hoist the Sears Trophy?
Well, Luke, I have to preface this pick by saying I'm a little concerned for Les Miles' health in this one. The last huge game that Nick Saban lost was to Urban Meyers and the Florida Gators back before Alabama won the national championship. The following year, he made the man quit twice and have a heart attack. So I'm a little bit concerned with Les Miles and his health. But I do like the Crimson Tide in this one. This game will be won in the trenches by Alabama and their huge offensive line. Have you seen DJ Fluka? His trail mix consists of donut holes and pork loin.
They do have a big offensive line. There's no doubt about it. What do you think Trent Richardson's chances are in this BCS championship game? I know he didn't break 100 yards the first time these two teams met in Tuscaloosa. You think he's going to go past the century mark this time?
Well, Luke, I look for Alabama to give the LSU Tigers a steady diet of Trent Richardson. And I look for him to go over not just the 100 mark, but the 100-yard mark.
Well, okay, I can buy that. Chicago Bob, let me ask this. What are you going to do in New Orleans tonight?
Well, Luke, I know this is being recorded, and so whenever illegal activity is involved, it's best not to have any recordings of such matter. I hope the police are listening.
And Chicago Bob, one final thing. I don't know if you've heard about this, but Dennis Rodman, the former NBA great, is on the verge of creating the world's first topless female basketball league. Will you be putting any spreads out on those contests?
Well, Luke, I don't know if I'll be putting any spreads out there, but I can tell you of one solid season ticket holder that Mr. Rodman will have guaranteed first night of ticket sale.
Indeed, Bob, indeed. Well, listen, thanks so much for being with us and taking time out of your busy schedule down there in the Crescent City, and I hope you stay through all the way to the BCS championship game.
Thank you, Luke, and look forward to all my winners contacting me as we continue our run during the NFL playoffs.
And, Bob, how do players who want to get in on your fabulous picks, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, Luke, my 800 number has been temporarily disconnected due to my 0-3 start in the Bowl Spectaculars, but after the Crimson Tide covers this guaranteed winner, I look forward to getting that fired right back up.
Sounds great, Bob. Well, listen, that's going to wrap it up for the Handicap Spot, where we park you closer to your financial dreams each and every week. We'll be back next week with more fantastic picks from the one, the only, Chicago Bob Parlay. I'm Luke Robinson saying we'll see you next week.